financial downturn has meant more of us are renting properties than ever before. The typical age for a first-time buyer is now 37, and most mortgage lenders won't even look at buyers under the age of 30. So with landlords rubbing their hands in delight at the prospect of a booming rental market, how much do we really know about renting property? I've taken to the streets to find out.
I think in tenancy agreements about a month.
I don't know, maybe 2 weeks, something like that.
My landlord is my mother, so she has to give me a good 3 weeks before she kicks me out.
Sure, 3 months.
You may pay rent by the month, but the landlord has to give you at least 2 months' notice if he wants to kick you out. They do this by issuing a Section 21, which gives the tenants 2 months' notice before they are evicted. But for a landlord to do this, you must have an assured short-hold tenancy, the deposit must be properly protected, and any fixed-term agreements must have ended.
Oh no, I think he needs to give you notice. He needs to give you a call or something.
I think, as far as I know, friends have said that the landlord only has rights to come in when he's owed money or when he has to give you notice to leave.
He has to give you 24 hours notice, written notice, I think.
It's actually illegal for a landlord to enter the property without checking with the tenant before. He does have right to reasonable access to carry out the repairs he's responsible for, but even then he's got to check with the tenant 24 hours in advance.
I think they have to go through the court, don't they? You've got squatters' rights?
I don't think that easy. It has to be some process to do that.
Not very easy. I saw a programme actually. I think it's quite difficult for them to chuck you out.
Very. It's very, very easy for them to chuck you out. You potentially have no rights at all, really.
Even if you're a tenant from hell, a landlord cannot legally chuck you out unless he's gone through the courts. If a landlord decides to evict you before the end of a fixed-term contract, he has to seek a court order to repossess the property, which normally takes 4 to 5 months. If you haven't signed a fixed-term contract, it will take a landlord 2 months to get hold of a Section 21 possession order.
I wouldn't have thought so, no, I wouldn't think so. I would think there'd need to be another body involved.
The landlord and maybe your bank.
Well, the agency inspects it, so they can say what's wrong with it. It's like an independent person who's not biased.
It's meant to be in a deposit holding scheme at the moment, but I imagine it's still the landlord.
Of course the landlord has a say in whether you get your deposit back or not, but so do you. Since 2007, it's been a legal requirement for all deposits paid under assured short-hold tenancies to be held and protected by a third party. The landlord has to protect your deposit within 14 days, and it's the third-party organisation that decides how much you get back.
Yeah, I think you could.
I'm not sure, you could probably get someone else involved who will help out in that kind of way, but yeah, he's pretty much got all the power because you are staying on his land.
I don't actually know. I imagine after a certain period of time, yes.
I guess so, but only if it's after a long period of time. I think you couldn't just do it immediately by any means.
This is where commercial and residential tenancy law differs, as if a tenant in a commercial let falls behind with their rent, the landlord can instruct the bailiffs to take the goods from the premises to hold or sell. But fear not, with residential lets the landlord has no such privilege, so however far behind you get paying rent, your TV and hair straighteners will be safe. Really, the most important things to remember when taking out any tenancy is that you sign a proper tenancy agreement in inventory, your landlord protects your deposit properly, and you take some photos of the property. Happy property hunting.